Welcome to Paranormal XL Podcast with your host, Mama Mary, and me, Gigi. Seems like it's been a while since we have been in the studio, of our many studios. So we're kind of like half inside, half outside. So if you hear outside noises, you're just going to have to deal with it. I'll do what I can to eliminate those, but I'm not sure I can, because it's hot.
Yeah, it's too hot to be sitting inside.
Yes, it's nice. We're just outside.
That's right. Ish.
Enjoying nature. So we do miss it very much, recording and all that. We miss the listeners. I miss everything about it.
Well, it's fun.
It is fun. It's kind of our release from the week, really. It is for me anyway.
Yeah.
Like dealing with BS all week long. They're going cross-eyed now.
Oh, I swear by Tuesday it felt like it should be Friday. I'm like, it's not Friday yet.
It was a rough week, man. I don't know why.
It was just long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. It wasn't enjoyable at all. So we do hope all of our listeners are doing good during this time because things are still out of whack. We are stationed in Michigan. So if any of our listeners are Michiganders, hi, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sucks to be us.
Yeah, we're screwed. And if you guys support what's going on, that's cool too, because we love people of all shapes, sizes, colors, religion preferences, and I suppose political preferences too.
Well, yeah, at this point, whatever you want to believe in.
Yes. If that helps you get through the day,
that's
I'm
right.
all right with that.
Just do you.
That's right. Boom.
But not
Drop the
literally.
mic. Well, maybe.
Out in public anyway.
Well, maybe. We do want everyone to know that we do care about you and your safety, your families, stuff like that. So do keep being safe. We may joke around about things like mask wearing 24/7 or other silly things, not being in crowds and stuff. But you do what you believe is right for the safety of yourself and your families.
That's right. Take care of yourself.
We're going to be over here partying. Sorry.
Sharing wine.
Sharing one. That's right. We're all licking the bottle. Remember, as well through this time, because things are crazy. People, can we talk about this a little bit?
Go for it.
Because it kind of goes into what we're going to talk about today, which is spiritual warfare. But with all this, clearly there's a lot of negativity going on right now. Okay, we got people getting stabbed, shot, what have you, for either racial. Starts at the racial stuff, then it goes all the way down to not wearing a mask.
I know, right?
The evil, the bad, the dark is rearing its ugly ass head right now.
Yeah,
and it is coming out. It needs to stop it. Right now, bottom line, you hear that buzz? I wonder if that gets in the microphone. I forgot where I was going with that, but it's just bad.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of darkness going on right now.
It's hard to, all right, this bugging me. I'm going to flip this table. I don't like killing things, but...
the law.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I will try to tip this table. I know it's hard for everybody anyway. But people that are, I guess, more in touch spiritually, because you read people's feelings, you read people's energies type of thing, and you take on that stuff. So right now, it's very draining, and you may not even know, like some of your coworkers, some of your family members are in touch that way and kind of wondering why they're sleepy or cranky or not themselves right now. But they're getting drained.
Well, half of them probably don't even know why themselves, why they feel like that. We've begun the ascension, and where we're ascending into that fifth dimension, and you've got people who, you see all the chaos and the riots and all of that because they're not used to that kind of vibration. They don't know what to do with it. So the violence comes out, and the darkness takes over that kind of lower energy because they're not ready to be in the fifth dimension, and they use them to wage the war.
Okay.
Most people don't even realize. I can guarantee a lot of those people out there rioting, not the peaceful protests, that's different. The people who are out there rioting probably forgot how they got there in the first place.
Oh, I was reading a second ago, but I was reading what I wrote because I forgot what I wrote. Yes, because I'm like, I ask that question a lot. Most of the time it's to myself, and I'm like, do they even know what they're protesting against right now? It's one thing to protest. It's another to riot. It's another to protest. If you're going to protest, I got nothing against I think it's great to stand up for your beliefs. However, there's lines you just don't cross.
Well, you can't protest violence by going out
and causing violence.
It doesn't make
That's
any
what I'm
sense.
saying. You know, just like how I say I don't want to have a conversation with somebody about a certain topic unless they've done their research. I will back off if I don't know my research. Do your research. Know what you're fighting for. Because you're right. They know the whatever at the time that they're calling these things. I'm trying not to get politically incorrect or correct or whatever. Okay, Black Lives Matter. I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I'm for all of that. I think we each, but I'm also on the side of, I'm not going to say all lives matter because I was doing some things on that. There's some really evil people that probably should not be in the human race. To me, their lives they matter to somebody, I'm sure. Not me personally. I gotta leave my, I'm gonna say personal beliefs out of it, I guess. It's such a touchy subject.
It is.
But in the long run, Mama and I know we just love everybody, want everybody to be safe and spread the love because we're gonna be screwed if that doesn't happen.
That's exactly
We
it.
are going to lose the spiritual warfare, this war that's going on. We're going to lose it. We already are.
Well, you
And
know,
it sucks.
right now, planetary alignments are exactly aligned the way they were Revolutionary War.
Yep.
Especially with Uranus. And
Uranus, that's always getting in the way.
Sorry, Uranus, I'm just kidding. I don't want him to hear me. We're gonna get in trouble. But that's why you have that revolutionary energy. But like we have different dark forces from other dimensions who are feeding into this energy and feeding that negativity. Because where we are going through a spiritual warfare, it's not going to be like, well, with them it is, but it's not like civil war against each other using violence and guns. It's a psychological warfare. They're draining people's energy. And so we need the light workers. They're going to find a lot more people waking up and awakening, especially if you're a light worker, because you're being called up to put the message out. Whether it's through podcasting or other means of helping other people, that's the only way we can fight it and spread the love. Wait for it to calm down, and you see that the COVID maybe necessarily wasn't placed.
The Ronus,
the conspiracy theories. Everybody's being called up to wage that battle, and it's that psychological battle. That's why a lot of people feel drained, is because that energy is draining them. When you talk about one of the reasons the whole week took so long is Saturn went retrograde.
of course it did. Why wouldn't it?
And Pluto's retrograde, I do believe, but all these planets are aligning and creating this energy because we are shifting into that fifth dimension. There's just some handle it. They can't take it.
Yes, a lot of them cannot. Now, would you say that we would consider those people the ones that are like out there, let's say, I'm trying to say things so I don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Those the ones out there that are destroying their things that actually mean something good for their cause?
Yes.
Where they're just confused and like, Hulk smash!
Yeah, they're just destroying things. Those are the ones with such low energies. They're not necessarily bad people at all.
Right.
It's just that dark energy can work through them easier because their vibrations are so low. They're not awoken. They're not thinking about that there's a spiritual truth out there. They're in the third dimension. Those in the fourth dimension are affected a little bit less as we shift over. And, the fourth dimension just kind of feels kind of weird. Like you're there in the third dimension, but you feel more joy and happiness over things.
Okay.
You embrace life.
Yeah.
Where we have legit people who want to create change, and you got it. There does need to be police reform. There does need to be change.
Yes.
But what you're seeing really is a fight against the people in the government. I'm not going to say which side of the government. For some, they're automatically going to think, the one side, because that's what the news always says, is take this side. That is not the side.
Oh, the media.
There's a conspiracy theorist that I watched. Now I'd have to look up his name, so I'm not going to try to say it. But right when the Obama stuff started coming out, about the spying and all of that, I watched it, and he was talking about the coronavirus, and he was talking about how in every single nation there is a cult. And I was like, oh, okay, cult. I'm weird. That sounds a little weird. But he started talking about the cults are set up in the governments. Not necessarily, on both sides of the government, but you have the elitists who want to control people. They want to keep them at home. We've got to take that in consideration, that maybe the darkness works through those kind of sources where, okay, you have to wear a mask and you have to stay home because we say so. Because there's a virus that's out there like the flu. And Yeah, it is taking lives. It is. But what they don't tell you is they're taking lives in nursing homes.
Yes. Well, it's taking lives just like the flu does for people that are already sick. Now, the mask wearing, the one single reason I don't mind wearing a mask is because, well, I started making them and I can put smart-ass comments on them, which I absolutely love.
Cute. You're going to have to go and look them up and not buy some.
Yes. Well, I'm going to have to make a bunch more, so I just sold all the ones that I had. So I was like, whoa, I was just doing it for fun one day, and I posted it, and then somebody's like, can I buy those? I was like, okay. And then they're just, like, gone. Mm-hmm. But I might as well have fun with it.
That's right.
So the one reason I don't mind it is because I can have them that match my outfits. You know, I really wouldn't have minded this a few years back when my teeth were bad before I got them, like, fixed. Mm-hmm. That would have been perfect. I'm just saying. What I don't like about them is I'm a smiler. I smile at strangers when I'm walking by and whatever. And now I feel like I'm a mean person. So I was like, okay, my eyes are squinting, so I'm smiling. Can you see that? Like, and I feel bad.
Yeah.
Because you can say hi to somebody or, hey, but then they're like, huh? Because it sounds, hey.
They can't hear you.
Yeah. They're what? And it's like, oh. I had more written and I didn't get to it. So this may be backtracking a little bit. Is that okay? So I read this real quick. Okay. So in today's world, there isn't much to argue with the fact that evil, bad things are happening, which, I guess we did just talk about this. I know I've heard on more than one occasion that we're having a massive spiritual awakening, which we already touched on, which we'll probably touch on more because that's basically what this episode is. Because I was going to ask you what your thoughts are on that.
Spiritual awakening?
Yeah, what's happening now in the world, because it's not even just the Rona no more. I mean, they threw in so much other stuff. Like, for like a half a day there, they admitted aliens were real. Wow. Nobody paid no attention.
They're starting to smarten up, aren't they?
They're just trying to throw shit out there now.
Where do you think some of the darkness comes from?
Hey, I'm just saying those aliens are up there going, why are these humans covering their breathe holes? That's how they live. They're covering their breathe holes. Like, yeah, that's the stuff I think about on my way to work.
That's okay. Some of them probably do think that. No, we are as a collective whole. And, that awakening and becoming to an awareness that things have to change, there is a lot of truth. Do you defund the police? Probably not.
No.
Because literally we need them to protect us. Are there bad ones? Yeah. Are there bad people who go to church? Yeah. Are there bad teachers? Yeah. Are there bad judges? Yeah. It doesn't matter where you go.
There's bad people. It's bad people versus good people. It doesn't matter what you do for a living.
That's right.
What happened was tragic. It's horrible. But to me, a bad person came across another bad person. It just didn't end well. That's all that was. It didn't matter what they did for a living. It didn't matter their skin color. It doesn't matter. No. Bad people are bad people.
That's right.
Like, you need to, if you don't think that way, that's fine. I respect that. But please also respect my opinion on it, because I'm kind of taking myself out of that little picture there, looking at the whole picture of it, because it's people. It's people in general. Mm-hmm. Like, for the most part, we keep our bad people in prisons. People. Like, that's...
We're not black, we're not white, we're not Hispanic, we're people, we're a human race, it's a collective whole.
Yes.
And that's what we need to realize and come back together to raise that vibration even more. The only way we're going to get to that fifth dimension without the darkness taking over, because that's what the war is. We're supposed to shift to the fifth dimension. The darkness does not want us to.
Oh, no.
Because that's how it controls.
Yes.
And it's literally a battle for our souls.
Yes.
Literally.
Uh-huh. Now I got a thing here, because I did some research, however, it started making my head hurt. Because I'm like, what? Because it, I don't know, with religion, and then you get politics in there, because we're dealing with a lot of that, too, clearly. Religion can just take me around in circles when I start researching things. So I did do my research on the spiritual warfare, and it has been a thing for a long time. Well, it's been around as long as religion's been around. Christians struggle with this because the good versus evil thing. But the other part of Christians believes pull them to believe that they shouldn't believe in this because evil is bad and isn't a real thing. And some believe if you can't see it, it's not real. Now, I have a lot of questions for someone that is religious and says that. Now, it's not real. I don't believe it. Okay, you're God. You can't see your God.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's not real. I think everybody's God's real. Because to me, okay,
it's all about having faith.
Yes.
Whatever God you call, there's too many different religions for just that one God to be real. It's all the same one. It's just how you relate to it so you can have faith. You said that over and over and over again.
Right.
But yeah, like basically, like some of that story was, you know, the way the spiritual warfare started. Okay, was some people believe that, you know, a long time ago in the universe there was like a cosmic
long
shaking revolt, and it was led by Lucifer, who who then became, you know, Satan.
Lucifer.
He led the revolt, and all his followers were, you know, the fallen angels. And so God, universe, the creator, sent him down to earth.
Okay.
Once he got down there, not all the angelic entities ended up following him. Only about 1/3 did. And so part of the belief is he's not really in hell. Hell is earth. The whole point of ascension is to raise the vibration so much that we are closer to heaven, so that we're living in love and light versus the evil that we live in. I mean, we're in hell right now. I've said that forever.
I was going to say, we've had this conversation many times on and off recording. Like, yes, you've stressed that before.
That's where the spiritual warfare is, you know, Satan and his other fallen angels, they use, you know, your fallen angels would be like, you know, demons or, you know, things like that. They use the weaker vibration people to fight their war for them. And like I said, it's a psychological warfare. You know, if you find yourself at work and you have people coming at you all the time and being negative, maybe not take it too personally, because it's usually the darkness working through them to get at you, to lower your vibration and to doubt yourself, so you have less faith.
Right, so then it can feed off you.
Exactly. So the more you turn to the light and you raise your vibration and you believe in spirituality, the more you see people coming at you for your beliefs. That's probably the darkness using them to bring you back down, because you know, once you start separating and the light gets stronger and stronger and stronger, it's eventually going to push out the dark until we're all as a collective whole living in the age of Aquarius. But see, everybody's been so long thinking about how ascension was going to be a beautiful thing. No, ascension is all about breaking everything down first. But during that, you can't let the people who are evil
take over.
And
that is what's happening. It's so scary out there, Mom.
It is scary.
It is so scary.
It is.
Like, I'm a wiener, and I cry all the time because of it. Not in front of people. But that's how I gotta let out what I take in from it every day when I on the Facebook, or when I see on the TV, or just anything, any and everything on the internet. That, like, leaves imprints in me, and I have to somehow let that go. So it does get to me, and I'm crying driving down the road at 5 a.m., you know?
Yeah.
And then our kids come into my thoughts like it's nobody's business. I'm like, I was not raised to be able to raise somebody to live in a world that we're going to leave them if we keep going like this. I know my kids and your kids and probably everybody's kids that's listening, they deserve more than that.
I've talked to some parents on the phone where it's taken them forever to get their kids to be ready to leave the house.
Yes.
They're so scared to leave.
Well, why wouldn't you be? You see all this stuff, like the riots in Grand Rapids. I woke up that Sunday morning and I looked at my phone and I'm like, what in the hell? It was like 5:30 in the morning, 6. What the hell? And I'm like, I seen the pictures. I'm like, man, that's got to be like somewhere not around here. I see the police car, Grand Rapids, Wyoming.
Yeah.
What in the hell? So I run down, I get Destiny's phone and I said, you can't have your phone today. She's 18, mind you. And she's like, Mom, I said, not today. Not today. Let's take this day. We're going to spend it together, me, you, and your brother. I just know. And Ethan's 12. He knows some of what's going on, but he does not have a cell phone. He's got his video games, but the other 12-year-olds that he plays with don't have a clue either. So I'm like, okay, which is probably bad on my part, because I know I need to explain things to him, so he's not, but I need to be ready for that.
If he doesn't have any questions about it, you know, that's a little bit different.
But I have to be ready so I know what words to say that he's going to hang on to. I just don't want him to lose his kindness, because he's so kind. And I would throw a 12-year-old out there in the world like this. He's not going to be kind anymore. And I can't blame him, because we're meant to protect ourselves spiritually too, as well as physically.
Yeah, just keep in mind that being spiritual doesn't mean you're all love and light and
hell no,
taking people's shit. That's the biggest mistake you could make.
Hell no.
It's standing your ground and walking in integrity and speaking your truth and drawing those lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Always be kind if you can. Now, if it's overcrossing your limitations that you set for yourself to take,
yeah,
there's a nice way to do it, to tell somebody to shut the hell up, leave you alone, keep going.
Yeah, it's like, a sphincter says what?
Yeah.
And then they say, what? You're like, exactly.
Yeah. See, Facebook, if you're finding yourself like so upset over stuff, stay off Facebook.
Yeah.
I have to ground myself like 6 times a day. I do not.
I'm not gonna lie though, I do like going through when I see people arguing.
I like going through Michael's.
But I'm gonna read them.
I do that too. That's what I was gonna say. I go through and I read them. Sometimes I get fired up though, and I'm like, okay, I will not partake in anything like that. I know I don't know enough. I don't want to know more because that's bad. I'm not going to waste my time and energy on something bad to learn something. No. I want to be part of the solution. I really, really do. However, I don't know what that is right now.
Well, so you can't, because you can't believe what you hear on TV. That's the problem, is you just can't. I don't care. I don't care if you like CNN and all those. Mm-hmm. They're not telling the whole truth.
No.
They're fulfilling an agenda that they've been paid to fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that about every news station. You are not going to watch a single news station that tells you the whole truth, the unbiased truth. You either get the Republican view or you get the Democratic view. And that is the truth and honesty.
There's 3 sides to every story.
Yeah. The left, the right, and the one in the middle?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the one in the middle is the truth. Mm-hmm. It meets halfway. The issue is, at least, these are our opinions. You can agree to disagree respectfully, just like we would if somebody was to come on and question us about our belief system. It's cool. You don't have to believe it. However, also take into mind those people reporting, when they go to write their stories, I don't care how professional you think you are, you're going to put some of your personal opinion in there. You're going to see and take out of it what you want. And it may not necessarily be what the person that said it or did it intended it to be taken as, if that makes any sense. It makes sense in my head. Even like somebody may take our podcast the wrong way. Yeah, and we're all about just love and respect each other. Stay humble. Be kind. Be kind to a point, because you do have to protect yourself. But don't let the dark overcome you, because then we're gonna lose this war. And I don't want to lose it. We deserve better than that. We've worked hard for where we're at. It's a very passionate subject.
It is. This is the spiritual truth subject. That there's a bigger picture than Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter, or that, there's a bigger truth to all of that. That's just a small part of the puzzle. You've got to look at the spiritual truth of it.
Yes, and that's hard for a lot of people because, we block it out. I did for years. Mm-hmm. I always felt something. But I did for years, and that helps having somebody to listen to you, and for you to ask questions, and then listening to the podcast even, for some people that, may be an in-closet spiritual person.
There are many.
Yeah.
There really are.
Don't be afraid of that, because you have just as good as argument to believe in what you believe in versus the person that doesn't believe it coming at you. But you're not going to argue because you're at a higher vibration. Am I learning really well?
You are. Good job. And that's true too. So when you see someone getting angry, but you can't find yourself getting angry, it's not necessarily you don't care. Your vibration is just stronger than theirs. You don't vibrate to that. You don't vibrate to anger.
Right.
Or if somebody's always angry, they're just a really low negative person. They're always going to be angry. It doesn't matter what you do for them.
Right.
You could blow smoke up their ass and pull it out of their mouth, and they're still not going to be happy.
Right.
You could give them $1 million, they might be happy for 5 minutes, but they're going to find another reason to be pissed off in 10.
Because you didn't give them $2 million.
That's right. But if you're at a different vibration, it's different. You find more good. Mm-hmm. So that's the point of all the ascension, and all of this really is clearing out that old negative energy.
Letting the things
raising
go.
All that stuff so you can release it and then purify the energy.
Yeah.
It's like a purification.
It makes sense. Us as a whole, every country's, going through this. I get it. It isn't just us here in America. But man, we are putting on a show for the rest of the world. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we are.
And to me, my opinion, it doesn't make any sense. Because we are in this together. Mother Earth, she's beautiful. You know, I went out west a couple weeks ago. I got to see all that finally. And that gave me a whole new perspective on things too. Seeing Mount Rushmore that people want tore down. And that's ridiculous. It's absolutely beautiful. Do I agree with the political things that those presidents did? Some of them not. Whatever. However, it's part of our history. History is what made us. We need our history. Otherwise, if you erase that, we're nothing.
Well, you can't erase the history because you're not going to learn from your mistakes.
Exactly.
That's the whole point
but that means we're nothing. We have nothing to talk about. We have nothing to move forward for. Because we move forward for change, right?
That's right.
God, I'm having an epiphanous here.
Epiphanous? Is that like a penis?
It is. A penis.
As long as it doesn't take batteries.
That's right.
A penis.
It's a rechargeable. You just plug it in. Sorry. Moving on. Seriousness. But, you know, that's how we can talk. This is a serious subject. But that's how you know that we're like, okay, we're going to be okay. But Mama and I, we can joke around about it, but we do know that it's still serious. But the best, I personally think the best medicine is laughter. You know, my daughter today went through something sad, you know, but I made her laugh. I was rapping like a mofo. She laughed her butt off. She said, "Oh, Mom, you make me laugh so much." I said, "I know, I do that on purpose. Do you feel better?" Because then they kind of forget that bad stuff.
That's right.
Just be kind. And if you don't know how to be kind, be funny.
That's right.
Even if you're not really that funny, look up some horrible parenting jokes, those bad dad jokes and bad mom jokes. Say those. You say those to an angry kid, it doesn't matter how angry they are. They will be laughing in the inside and maybe put on a little smirk. They still might be mad at you, but
they'll get over it quicker.
Yes, I do that all the time. Mom, you are not funny. Why are you laughing? I'm not. Oh, yeah, you are. And then if not, you just tickle them.
Oh, there you go.
See? Yeah. Problem solved. So you think, okay, from like the beginning of time, okay? I'm so hot. I'm about ready to take off my clothes.
I am too.
You know this little dress here? Clarence, $2. $2
You got it from Clarence for $2? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Clarence has pretty dresses. It's really not really, I don't know. I don't so much like it, but I've been wearing like the light dresses because I do not want to wear clothes when it's super hot. I know, I hate clothes. But people frown on that. I don't know why. Yeah. I got my face mask on. I know people really hate it if I walk around naked. Mm-hmm. My God. No. So I get these silly little dresses, but for $2, shoot, I can pass it up. No, I still want to take it off. So, the beginning of time. So you think we were gearing up for now? Oh, yeah. I think I don't completely believe in the Bible. Right. I believe it's a good book. It's a good book for guidance. There's a lot of other books that talk about the spiritual warfare in the same way. Mm-hmm. I do believe in Jesus. Mm-hmm. I do believe that there is a God. Mm-hmm. But I think I believe what was said about the Armageddon. We've talked about it before. Mm-hmm. We're doing that right now. That's what the ascension is. It's time. It's as scary as it is. I don't want it. That's why it's so important to spread that message to other people, because the more we can raise the vibration, the weaker the darkness becomes. My only wish is that people would listen and kind of, they don't, it's not something you got to change yourself overnight or whatever, but just listen. Be open-minded. Have an open mind. Not listen. Yeah. But open-minded and be like, okay, I could see that, but I'm still going to believe in my belief system. But I respect that because everybody's got their own opinion. I'm never going to push my belief system on anybody. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I know I have to be a good person at the end of the day. And I think most religions, shorthand, that's what it comes down to. That's what they think that they're trying to be, is a good human being. In the end, have to remember that. A different way about it. But yeah. In the end. But with that being said, we all have the same end game, but in the in-between, we have to agree to disagree because we choose our religions, what our faiths, maybe not even, you may not have a religion, but you believe in something. Mm-hmm. But how we get there isn't going to be the same as Joe and John. We have to remember in the big picture of things, we're going to get there. But to me, we're we're trying not to let that happen because we're trying to veer off and tell Joe and John that they have to do it our way.
That's right. That's why everybody's clashing.
Yeah, stop it, people.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Everybody thinks it has to be done a certain way, and it doesn't.
No.
Nobody has to believe a certain way.
Not everybody does dishes the same way, but they get done.
That's right. You can believe, and I think you can have a different opinion on the same subject.
Mm-hmm.
One person can.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can take the little truths, just like, religions. I think there is a truth to every single religion.
Yeah.
And with all of them, you find that middle ground.
Yes. We're all kind of going here.
Love. I think that's where, Jesus had it. It's all about love.
People are forgetting that. They're forgetting what love is supposed to mean.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know ultimately people can tell me all day long, but that's their perception of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think ultimately it's our goal to find our perception, our own personal perception of love.
That's right. Well, see, because the love is the only thing when you cross over that you can take with you.
Yeah.
You have those three connections. You have anger, bitterness, and love. So when you cross over, love's the only thing that you can take with you. If you don't, the darkness holds you back and holds you here. That's why it's really important to remember that the spiritual warfare is for our souls. Because every time we cross over, I don't think we necessarily go to heaven. That's the whole point in the end.
Right.
But you come back and you redo another life until you raise your vibration a little bit more. The darkness wants to hold us back from crossing over. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because that gives them more energy.
So when someone loses their life and they're holding on to anger and negativity and bitterness, they're stuck.
Because their vibration's not high enough to ascend
the more
them.
they get stuck, the more they're stuck here. So now you have dead energy on the planet.
Well, we don't want that.
No, we need them to cross over. That's why there's so many different kind of spiritualists. You have spiritualists who do psychic readings and heal. There's mediums who, are able to communicate with the dead to give healing messages. There's some who specialize in demonology to get rid of the demons. There's some who specialize in speaking with the dead energy and crossing them over to the light. Because then they can continue on, come back and do it again, and maybe do it a little bit better.
Get to where they need to be.
Exactly.
What we're supposed to be doing.
That darkness wants to hold us here. That's why we need to try to let go of that anger and push away the violence. And not feed the violence even more every time they're getting attention for it. Ignore them. Like a really little child. Quit giving them attention for the riots.
Yes.
Eventually they're going to stop because they're not getting the attention for it.
I'm hoping it's soon. Because what I see happening or what the media is putting out there, and I do not believe the media at all. Some people are like, the pictures, you can't. Yes, I can. Because you're only getting part of that picture. I want to see the whole picture. And I'm talking about physical picture. I want to see the whole physical picture.
You have to do your own research.
Yes. And look into it. But also be careful where you're researching. Mm-hmm. Because so many websites and everything, because that's where we do our research now, is the internet.
That's right.
You can't believe that. You have to find a reliable source. And the best source is yourself if you're gone through any of that. So that's why I can't speak up and be like, yes, the riots were this. I wasn't there.
That's true.
I wasn't, and somebody that was there that's for them, and somebody may have been there that was against them. You're going to get two different sides.
Yeah, because it's all about perspective.
Exactly. And a lot of people are, most people are closed-minded, and that's their right. They probably a reason that they're closed-minded. Mm-hmm. It's be their journey to figure out how to open that up. Everything's just garbage. Like, that's just... right now, and it makes it super hard to do a lot of things. I feel for everybody, even the people that are doing the harm, because they don't understand. Like, I don't know why they don't understand, because we can sit here and talk trash all day. These people doing these things and tearing down our history and just doing mean things to other people, but I really can't say anything for a fact unless I was in their head. Mm-hmm. And knowing there's a reason, but nobody's taken the time to listen to them, to sit down like we do and have a conversation about it. Yeah. Not change them. I just want to know, explain to me why. I'm not going to try to push my belief systems on you. I don't think it's right that people are destroying things right and left. Mm-hmm. That's heartbreaking. Some of those things I wanted to see in my lifetime. I wanted my kids to see.
Yeah.
Now they get to see the pictures of them torn down and the people doing it in the fires. But in the long run, just accept that everybody's different.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because you can accept it and move on, and we can all get on with our lives. Because at the end of the day, I still got to go to work every morning. Still have to provide for my kids. I still have to teach them right and wrong. Because right now, I don't know what right and wrong is because it's getting pushed in your face.
Mess.
Yes. So I feel sorry for parents. And for the older generation, that don't get out much. Like the old farmers and stuff. They just live in their quiet lives on their farms. That's what I loved about my grandparents.
It was simple.
Yes. It was just simple. You had your family and you had your farm and you protected each other and you provided.
That's right.
And they lived a happy life. Like they were rich with love. I'm just learning so much. And just, not that I want to go back to everybody farming or whatever, because, all the advances that we've made over the years is phenomenal. It's great. But we took the wrong turn, I think, somewhere.
Yeah, I think with that, taking away that simplicity, we rely too much on what other people tell us we're supposed to think. And I wouldn't call people sheep, but, because that's not the right word. It's just, but it's just so easy for us to say, listen to somebody else's opinion, go, yep, you're right.
But then here's the thing. They're not being like, oh, you're right, and then going on with their life. They're trying to be a leader in the same way. So almost, essentially, it's reverse is what I always say, where we got too many bosses and not enough employees. That's the nice way. But now we're having too many bosses. Wait, we got too many Wait, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Now everybody's trying to be a boss.
Yes.
In the same thing. We don't need a boss. We don't need a leader because we're each essentially our own leaders.
That's right.
Go on, live your life.
Your own power, your own integrity.
Just
be honest and...
But why hurt people? I don't understand why people are hurting people.
It doesn't make any sense, does it?
No. Because I don't see uniforms. I don't see color. Because of what's getting pushed out with the media... It's the uniforms, your jobs, your color, your political stance.
You think about it this way. Okay, so what happened to George Floyd was horrible, without a doubt. He has a family who's never going to see him again. But what about that police officer who's getting ready to retire, and his grandkids will never see him again? And all he was trying to do was protect the people who killed him. There's no difference.
No, there's not.
But you're not going to see it that way.
No, because they're not going to show you that.
Because he's wearing a uniform.
We have the same type of people killing the same people. But in the big picture, we have humans killing humans, and that's wrong.
That's right.
But see, then that opens up war. And I don't agree with that either. I have lots of military family. However, and I... I highly respect and I thank veterans when I see them. If they're in a restaurant with me, I'll buy their meal. I'll pay for their coffee. I'll open the door for them. I have utmost respect for them. But why are we going over and fighting things? I need to stop this conversation right now. Because there's a lot of thoughts on it. I understand both sides. However, nowadays, it's so political.
Yeah.
Where we don't even know why we're getting sent overseas anymore and vice versa.
For an agenda.
Yeah. We got these rich people not liking these other rich people that run the other country, and our rich people running our country don't like each other, so they're, here, minions, go. What? No. You guys need to have tea or whatever the hell you do and meet up and get your pictures and stuff and figure this shit out.
That's right.
Like, just stop. I don't understand, in other parts of the world, maybe walking down the street and you see an 8-year-old holding a machine gun.
Yeah.
But that's norm. That's the norm for them because they're fighting each other just like we're doing. That was the great thing about America. That's what makes us Americans, because we could live here on this soil together and not hate each other. To me, that's not what an American is. No. As if you guys could see our faces right now, I don't know. I'm still proud to be an American. However, somebody from another country asked me, I'd be like, no. Not right now. Because of what they're getting shown. It's not even these people, because it's the media. Because media does control us. They have the power. And because we let them have the power.
That's exactly it. Because we feed off of what they say. We believe it. Doesn't matter what it is. They show it. Believe it. Must be true.
But it's so not. Form your own opinion. Do your research. I'm not saying go out there and start some shit. Do your own research. Ask questions. But don't be a dick about it.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Just be like, hey, I think this way. I want to know kind of on the other end why you have the thought process you have.
Mm-hmm.
Or, get a better understanding, because you're just seeing these pictures and what media wants you to hear. But media is also, I believe, now we'd sound like conspiracy theorists, this whole thing. But
it's not conspiracy, it's the truth.
Yeah. What? Oh, man. Because I think media is strung along by politics, too.
Yes, they are.
And I am not a political person at all. I've never followed anything as much as I've followed this. And a lot of it is because I do have kids.
Well, if you think about it, every time if you're watching the news, what's on? Nothing but politics.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they have a little feel-good story here and there, and then it's either hate Biden, hate Trump, and hate whoever you want, really, I guess. I mean, I don't give a shit which person you want for
but that
president.
commercial's not going to make me not going to change. It's not going to change my mind.
Exactly.
I'm gonna change the station. I'm not gonna feed into it. Stop feeding into it.
It feeds that agenda.
Make your own opinion. It's okay to have your own opinion. Never fear that.
I just ask that the listeners go out and research spiritual warfare.
Yes.
And not just one, because there's several different opinions. I mean, you could read the Christian opinion, but there's also, the theories out there that, the spiritual warfare is being generated by, extraterrestrials that are in different dimensions, or...
Well, even the Christian...
There's a lot of different theories.
On the Christian level, there's so many different theories. Half of them believe it. The other half are told not to believe in the warfare because bad and evil isn't real. Yeah, it is. Okay,
it is.
We need to wake up. We need to not... See, we probably get told that we live in a fantasy world because of our belief system. That's cool. Whatever. Helps me sleep at night. I'm not harming you. Let's move on. But in reality, it needs to be the other way around. There's more than what the eye sees.
That's right.
And that goes in straight back to the media, for that matter. There's more than what's being put out there. There's always more. I'm done.
We meet in the middle and we find an answer all together.
Yeah.
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
Mm-hmm.
No cat's been harmed.
Is there? Yeah. No. Not yet. So, okay, with all that, wow, that's pretty intense. I really hope we didn't offend anybody, because that was not our intention. We needed to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. There needs to be an honest discussion that's away from everything else. Maybe you don't want to listen to the whole thing. Maybe we'll get hated on it. But it really is out of love and light and trying to see that truth, that there's a bigger picture to it all.
I said, in the big picture, I can understand from all sides. I really can. Because these people that they feel like they were betrayed by the human race. I get that. Mm-hmm. However, let's try to fix that. Why are we putting more violence out there? More hate? That's what you're mad about in the first place. Let's fix that.
That's right.
Let's sit down. Let's have a talk. No matter how you feel on this, and if you listen to this episode, email us in. I want to know. If you want to do it anonymously, that's cool too. I do want to know why people feel the way that they do about it. You can feel the same way as we do. Cool. If not, cool too. Even better.
Right.
We are two people you could call and have a normal discussion with it. Nobody's going to be, rah.
Yeah, we're not going to get mad.
Right. I may try to flip a table, but it's okay. It's screwed into the wall.
Not to your face.
Yes, not to your face. So is that all you got on this?
That's all I got.
Okay. So, before we go, we did, I don't know if you watched the live or not, we did get in the nomination part of the one thing, the podcast awards. So, with that, remember to get online and vote. The easy link and everything is on our page through and through, on my personal page as well. Or you can just go to podcastawards.com. And they have different categories. We are under People's Choice Award, and then religion and spiritualism. Oh my God, I can't get my words out now. And it's the end. Whoa. So we are under 2 of the categories. Go through all the categories. If we're not your top pick, that's okay. Vote for the who you guys like the best, and may the best man win. But do it. This part's the nominating part. So then the top 10 on each category go on to the next level. I would like to at least make it to the next level. So get on there, vote. There's like a little sign in, but they have you sign in, so they choose like so many of the people that did the nominations to actual vote. It's not like an open vote thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So get on there, vote. The more people that vote for, let's say, us, the more you are going to be able to vote over the whole thing, which is way cool. And there's so many categories on there for anything. So, yeah, definitely get on there and just do it. And I hope that we're your favorite. Oh, yeah. And email us at paranormalxl@writeme.com. You know, thanks for listening to Paranormal XL podcast. It's pretty great that you guys listen and keep us going in this hot weather. Not only is all this other shit going on, we live in a fucking hot box right now. It's ridiculous. Oh, my God. So, again, thanks for listening. You all are so awesome, and keep your heads up. Stay kind and stay humble. And remember, don't yuck someone else's yum.
Ever.